What is going on, Neon Nation? Welcome back to the Neon Arcade for some more Cyberpunk 2077 news. Today we're talking about some new official gang logo images, a Cyberpunk 2077 PC modding contest, some hints into seeing the Bozos, an insane clown gang in 2077, and more. First up, let's jump into the new PC modding contest announced by CDPR yesterday morning. This is a contest where you can design the Cyberpunk 2077 PC case of your dreams, and 5 professional case modding teams will make the best entries come to life. Entries have to be submitted by 3 PM CEST on May 17th, so if you have a knack for PC builds and can be creative, try your luck here as the prizing is some pretty sweet hardware. Now, as part of the rules, you have to incorporate a gang or Megacorporation logo, and on the main contest page, CDPR has attached these assets. We get to see updated looks at the logos of the gangs we've already seen, and some of which we haven't. You guys may remember that we first saw many of these on the sticker pack included in the 2077 lore book that will be coming in a couple months, but these seem to be updated or final versions. First up, we have the logos for a new gang we haven't seen yet called 6th Street. We have the muscled up juiceheads from Pacifica, the animals. We have the body modification obsessed Maelstrom from Watson. We have the Moxes, which seem to sport the Lizzy Wizzy logo and might be related to the Lizzies somehow. We have the Arasaka back Tyger Claws from Japantown, the womanizing seduction specialists, the Valentinos, and the Haitian hacker-extraordinares, the Voodooboys from the Pacifica district. These are all fantastic, and I can't wait to see some of these new gangs in the game. Keep in mind, these are only the main gangs, and there will be sub-gangs and other factions prowling Night City as well. Now, speaking of gangs, as you guys know, Artal Sorian, the company who has licensed the Cyberpunk IP to CDPR, has been making a lot of Cyberpunk Red miniatures as of late in collaboration with Monster Fight Club. Cyberpunk Red is a tabletop primer to 2077, and so it gives us a ton of hints about what's to come in Cyberpunk 2077. The Bozos, a killer clown gang from the lore, seems to be one of the most requested gangs in 2077, and here we see a couple miniatures from the Cyberpunk Red series, which leads me to believe that we will be seeing these in the video game adaptation. First, we have this more traditional Pennywise looking clown and this augmented really colorful clown with what seems to be a squirt gun. Yes, squirt guns are also in the lore and they are typically filled with drugs, so I'd imagine this will go nicely with the Mr. Stud augment for those who want to mess around and make their playthroughs just a little bit more meme friendly. Moving on, check out this Cyberpunk soundtrack snippet featuring Mr. Rubin, who I believe was or still is the drummer for 9 Inch Nails. If this is any indication of the more punky rock tracks in 2077, I'll honestly be pretty pleased. Next up, check out some of this dedication to what seemed to be a leak of what is essentially Cyberpunk 2077's Disneyland equivalent being built in Poland to support the game and CDPR. Night City Life, a German fan site for Cyberpunk 2077, painstakingly set up this incredibly elaborate April Fool's prank. This fabricated leak featured tentative plans for CD Projekt to open a Cyberpunk 2077 nightclub in Warsaw, which included a game cafe, a disco bar, and a shopping arcade. There were concept art pictures drafted up and a ton of promotional images and supposed evidence on socials that were absolutely amazing. Just take a look at some of this concept art and some of these drink label designs. This was all supposed to be called the Red Diamond, with the game cafe modeling a Netrunner themed coffee shop, the Atlantis bar and disco, and there would have been merch via vendors in a remodeled section of Night City. There were a ton of people in on this, and I gotta say, it was very convincing. Again, this is an incredibly well done April Fools, but let me know if you guys would enjoy something like this in the real world, or even elements of this prank in the game. Soul Killer Polish craft beer and Blackhand whiskey sounds pretty awesome to me. Get 15% off high quality metal art from Displate, featuring officially licensed designs. Check out the link in the pinned comment and the description. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and for more Cyberpunk, join Neon Nation by subscribing to the Neon Arcade.